Hi, welcome to today's episode of Conversations with Karen and Kat. I'm Karen Scott Green,
And I'm Kat Hardrick.
and we're here today, just the two of us. You just got the
Two
two chicks,
chicks. That's right. Two chicks for a
just the
very, very special episode.
just the chatting
Yeah.
and wanting to share some things that are going on, namely with me.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
am in the process of launching. I have launched
That's right.
a, a clothing line and African accessories, jewelry, handbags. And so it is Akosua Hosi. And this is the website. And Akosua Hosi is me. That
All
is
right.
my name.
So
I
we're
was
going to dig into that. How did you come up with a Kosia?
I was renamed Akosua Hosi
Mm-hmm.
in Ghana. Um,
Mm,
and so here are the pictures from my ceremony if they decide to load. No,
upload.
these are the things that we're supporting. Oh, I thought they were on there.
Okay.
That's a picture of me in some kente cloth that I actually got
Mm-hmm.
from a manufacturer when we were there in Kenya, and we not Kenya in Ghana, and we saw it being made. But
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is the About Us, and it talks about the fact that I was renamed on October 21st. I was reborn. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I was named by a chief in the Togome village in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
And Kosia is my day of birth name. So I was born on a Sunday, and I am female. So my name, my day name is Akosia, and
Mm-hmm.
Hosi, Hosi, means rich woman.
Mm.
So that is my name, and my husband and I, uh, who was renamed Kofi Mawanyega.
Mm.
And Kofi is because he was born on a Friday and he's male. And Mawanyega means with God or of God. I
Mm.
gotta get that exact meaning. Um, but we were renamed in our naming ceremony. And as part of our naming ceremony, we each were charged with the responsibility to help Ghana, to help her grow and to give back to her,
Mm.
not just to come and be tourists.
Yeah, not just to come and take, but
Yeah,
come.
yeah, but to give back. And
Mhm.
so we took that charge very seriously. And from October to the beginning of the year, I kept thinking, how can I give back? What can I do? What can I do?
Mhm.
And while we were there, there were two schools that we went to. Um, One is the Cape Coast School for the Deaf and Blind,
Mhm.
and it is a school that houses young people that are school age
Mhm.
that cannot hear, that don't have vision, and that are deaf. And
Mhm.
um, so when went over there, we took supplies, the group that we were with. And so
Mhm.
we have decided that a portion of the proceeds from a Coast
Mhm.
Coast will go to support the Cape Coast School for the Blind, Deaf
Mm.
and Blind, which is in Cape Coast, Ghana, and then also the Kumasi Children's Home, which is an orphanage.
Mhm.
So these are the kids at the Kumasi Children's Home. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and so we want to support them. And if anybody asks, why are you doing this in Africa and you're not doing it at home? I'm a part of several organizations that
Girl,
support.
facts.
So
Mhm.
you know this,
Yep.
my sorority, my church,
Yeah.
and we also mentor.
Mhm.
So we give back right here in our own communities, but
Mhm.
I'm also thinking globally to the continent.
And that's
So
just it. People need to think globally,
yeah,
because when you really talk about the motherland and being a part of being from the diaspora and how you can give back to the diaspora, this is important. So I love how you are utilizing your time and your talent to reach back to our homeland and give back. I love that. And so every a portion of your proceeds from every purchase goes back to these two of your charities that
Yes,
you are.
yes.
That is amazing. And so let me ask you this. Um, in addition to how you're giving back, how do you make your clothes?
So my clothes are actually made in Ghana. I am working with right now two manufacturers that are women owned, and they
Mm-hmm.
employ other women to make the clothes. So all of my clothing
Mm-hmm.
and my earrings and the bags are from local small businesses
Mm-hmm.
in Ghana. The earrings and some of the bracelets are made in Kenya. So
Wow.
right now I'm working with Ghana and Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
And if this current administration does not put crazy tariffs, um, I want to expand across the continent so that we
Mm.
can work with other organizations. But these are some of like the sling bags. This
Yes.
pyramid bag is one of my favorite. I have that in five different patterns.
Girl,
And
that's
then
sharp.
the earrings, if
Mm-hmm.
you click on the earrings, there are several different types, and the earrings are made in Ghana and they'll load whenever they feel like. All
Oh.
right.
Girl, we
So
do
these are
things
all,
like technology.
yeah, these are
Those
all made,
nice.
the earrings are all made in Kenya.
What about the
And
ones you have on now?
these are
Yes,
made in Kenya.
that's
Yeah,
right.
these aren't on the website yet.
Okay.
These should be here this week.
But no,
But
those sharp, girl. Look, I love those stuff.
I love them. They're not heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So just so they
Yes, girl, they look good.
they're not heavy, and I love them. But so those are the earrings, and we
Mhm.
have bracelets.
Oh
Now
man.
the bracelets are beads that were made in Ghana. They're handmade. And
Mm,
so we actually went to the place, the city in the region in
mhm.
Ghana where they make the glass beads.
Oh
And
dang.
so I have several different styles on here.
Mhm.
So and this black and gold with this is
Oh.
also hand the beads are made in Ghana. So everything is locally sourced there. These are just
Mhm.
some earrings that have they're different symbols that are adinkra symbols.
Can
And
you
Adinkra is
elaborate, bro?
part of the Akan people.
Yeah.
And these symbols mean different things. Like this
Mhm.
Dufe Adinkra drop, like this comb here,
Mhm.
that's for women, and it's for femininity.
Mhm.
And so I've put a description of each one of what it means.
Mm. Yeah.
It means feminine beauty, hygiene, and good grooming in the Akan culture.
And
Um,
that's why it's so important to know what you're wearing, what you're putting on your body, because like I listen to people, and I'm on. Some people like
mhm.
tattoos, and sometimes I ask folks like, "Dude, what does that tattoo even mean?" They're like, "Oh no,"
And
So you
they have no idea.
no idea. So I love how you're explaining and bringing our African heritage right here to the forefront, so you'll know what you're wearing and why you're wearing it. Because
Yeah.
I was just thought it was just a normal, like a pretty different piece of art, but
No,
it has
no.
meaning behind.
Each one means something.
Mm,
And these are some tote bags. So
okay.
for my D9 sisters, I'm a Zeta, so that blue and white one's my favorite. But I got this red and white. I've got this blue and yellow for the Sigma Gamma Rho girlies, and they do not have the name of the sororities on it, so these are not official bags. I'm just saying that the colors attracted me, so I
Right,
had them made.
right. Don't come
Um,
calling you like you made
yeah,
it. So,
and the pink and green is on the way.
yeah,
So
yeah. Oh,
pink and green
those
is on the way.
bracelets, girl. Yes.
Yeah, so these are bracelets that were made in Ghana,
Mm,
and each of these symbols means something.
okay.
So there's several styles of that, and you can find them on the website. Um, yeah, so there's bracelets, handbags, these mud cloth print bags. This is
Oh
actual
yeah.
mud cloth that
What?
is made in Ghana, and the
Mhm,
straps are leather. So there's a few bags there.
mhm. My sister's
Um,
favorite print is mud cloth.
mud cloth. I love it
Hmm.
myself.
She has
And
rugs, everything. So mud cloth is her favorite.
well, you've seen my living room.
I know.
Um,
Yep.
and some necklaces that are made in Ghana. All of this beadwork is
Mm-hmm.
done by local craftsmen.
Mm.
I have someone that I've contracted with. for them to do these bracelets and to
Mm-hmm.
do the necklaces. So you could just take your time going through the website. And the next thing, oh, and we have branded T-shirts in black and
Ah,
white. And Kat, I'm going to give you your T-shirt on Saturday.
hey.
When I
Oh
see
yeah,
you
so
on
dive into
Saturday.
Saturday. What's going on Saturday?
So on Saturday we are vending at the Atlanta Vegan Festival. I'm going
Okay.
to turn this off right quick.
Okay.
So at the Atlanta Vegan Festival, we'll be there from 11 to 5.
Okay.
And so with that, we will have clothes there. Um, we
Different
will have
items that you have from
different
your.
items,
Yeah, that's what.
and
And they
it's
get to
so
meet you and
it's
find
this
out more
Saturday,
about your
April
stuff.
19th. Let
April
me,
19th.
yes, ma'am,
Saturday, April 19th, 5 o'clock.
from 11 to 5 at
11.
Grant Park. Yep,
Okay.
at Grant Park. And
So Saturday, 11 a.m., Grant Park. We're about to get some real, and I'm gonna say this, I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes when I go places and they're like, yes, this is originally in XYZ, and I'm like, And then girl, you buy something literally, it's happened to me. It said made in China. And I was like, dude, you told me this was made in
ooh,
right. And then I'm so excited and I never really paid attention till I got home. I was like, man, they got me. So I'm glad that I have somebody that I love and value who's actually getting some stuff from the motherland. And so I
yes,
really appreciate you, having the courage to take the step out to do that. How I'm
ma'am.
gonna let you say what you gotta say because one thing I want to ask you is how has this experience been for you?
Whew. It has been, I've had to learn patience
Mm-hmm.
because my time is not everybody else's time.
Right.
And I actually posted about it on Instagram a couple of maybe like last week
Mm-hmm.
when I posted that I have to remember that what is for me is for me, and
Yeah.
that God's timing is
Mm-hmm.
his timing, not mine. And
Yeah.
I have to learn, and I'm learning
Mm-hmm.
that even though I've got my deadlines,
Hmm.
there's some things that I have no control over.
Amen.
And so I have to let go. I'm letting go
And
and
let
letting God, and it
that
will work out
that's
because
right.
he's already told me that it's going to work out.
God
So
already went into the front. Hey, all
that
right.
part.
That's right.
So
So
I'm having to let go on a lot of stuff. But so this is the flyer for the Atlanta Vegan Food Festival, and it's going to
Mhm,
be in Grant Park on Saturday from 11 to 5 at
mhm.
840 Cherokee Avenue. Those of you who are in Atlanta, you should know where Grant Park is. It's where the
Right.
zoo is.
Yep.
But there'll be food trucks, music, yoga in the park.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna have sound healing,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
that's all of that is like up my alley. I won't be doing any yoga though because I'll be
Right.
vending.
Right.
Um,
My legs hurt from Stone Mountain, but I'm gonna try. Look.
ah,
Yeah. So for people who are not watching, I mean, yeah, not watching, they're just listening on podcasts. Is there some place they can go and find it? Just on our website, maybe.
I can have it on there, but
Okay.
they also are on Instagram, and you would
Okay.
do this, and I did not have it ready. Thank you very much.
You know how
Um,
to do. But they can go on our website. They can go on our Instagram. But make sure, folks, that you're listening. It is at Grant Park Saturday at 11 a.m. And you definitely can go to karenandcat.com and we'll have it on our
it sure
website.
will. It'll
And
be there tomorrow,
it'll be there
or it'll
tomorrow.
be there Friday.
Yep, it'll be there when we drop this show.
So,
And
but you can also go to ATL Vegan Festival. That's VEGANFESTIVAL. So that's ATL Vegan Festival. And because they want people to
ah,
go through Eventbrite. The event is free, but they want to have an idea of how
yeah,
many people are
yeah.
going to be there. So,
That's important.
go
Yeah.
ahead and do that so
Mhm.
that they can see how many people will be
In the building.
in the building and to get
Yeah,
an idea.
when we throw events, I think it's so important, and I don't think people understand that. When you actually put it together an event, you do want to have an idea of some hard numbers so
Mhm.
that you can make sure it's a spectacular event and that everyone has an amazing time. And when you don't know the head count, it really messes you
It
up. So
really
yeah,
is hard.
please go
It
to that. Is it .com, .org? What is it? Atlanta.
what the ATL Vegan Festival, that is their IG page.
Oh, that's their IG page. Got it.
Yeah, the IG
Yeah,
page.
go to
And you'll see a link there to be able to go to be able to go to their to Eventbrite so that
Okay.
you can sign up just so they can get an idea of how many people are there. But I also wanted to share with you the clothes that are going to be on my website and that we're going to
Yeah.
have with us on Saturday.
Yes. That's
So this let me without further
yeah. All right,
ado.
she pulling up, y'all. I hate that y'all can't see this if y'all do it to the podcast because this stuff is short.
Oh yeah. So these
Oh,
are
this
some
is
of the
nice.
dresses. So you know I love a wrap dress. So I have
Girl, who
three
is this
different wrap.
model? She is just beautiful.
Oh, it is I,
That's cute. Who better
so
than to model your stuff than you? This is nice.
right. So this
Wow.
is a two-piece
That's a blouse
skirt.
and a skirt.
Yeah, that's a wrap top with a pencil skirt.
Oh, that's
And I have that in a limited number of sizes.
mm-hmm.
And this off-shouldered dress is one of my favorites. It has a
I was
bell sleeve.
I love stuff off
And
the shoulder. I'm loving that.
yeah, and the wrap dress, I love this dress. I
Mm-hmm.
designed it. It has a dip in front, if
Uh,
you can see that. So it wraps. It's I
mm-hmm.
think it's called a was it a bi-cut or a bi?
Mm-hmm.
Someone who sews, they know.
Okay.
But they dip in the front instead of going straight across.
Oh, I
So
see. Okay.
yeah, I love. I- So I wore this red dress, the red floral one, on
Mm-hmm.
Sunday to church.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
I know when that head's
I'm
turned.
probably gonna wear the blue one for Easter.
Oh, that's
The
gonna
blue and purple with the
uh-huh.
gold. That's probably gonna be my Easter dress. I've been every time I pull out a new dress, every
Oh.
time I pull out the dresses out of the out of the box, I was like, oh, this might be my Easter dress. Anyway,
So okay,
um,
so I'm loving all of those, but you know that yellow one is fly. I'm gonna need that in orange.
that duster, I don't have it
Yes,
in orange. I've got four different colors, but no orange.
that
So
yellow
these will
popping though.
thank you.
You
These little
designed
summer
these?
kitties off shoulder. Um, and then this is a duster, zips up only halfway, so it comes down to the to mid to the stomach or the navel and
Mm-hmm.
zips down. There's no other zipper going down, and it
Mm-hmm.
flows out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I have that in four different
Oh
designs.
man.
So
So
these are
I
the
just
other
want to
two.
say that your designs are very like chic, up to date. I feel like sometimes when people think of our ancestral clothing that
Mm-hmm.
people run away from it, but you don't realize what you can do with the proper design with the fabric,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
I think you've nailed it with this. I mean, it's
Thank
flattering, it
you.
looks good, like it looks like it's for any woman, any woman can wear these clothes.
And that's the point. And these last two, this is actually a set. It's a wrap jacket with a pencil skirt because I love a
Girl,
pencil
that's a
skirt.
jacket. I mean, that's a
That
two
is
piece.
that's a two-piece.
Oh yeah.
So you can wear the jacket separately. You can wear the pencil skirt with the cute. I love a
Mm-hmm.
pencil skirt with a bodysuit. That's one of my when I'm a little slimmer. That's one of my favorite looks.
You silly girl, hush. You know what though? But I also think sometimes people don't like all African print. They want to
Yeah.
break it up, maybe have a little bit. So I like the fact how you have two pieces where you
And so
make
I'll be selling these separately because for some people that might be a lot.
right,
So
right.
I'll sell them separately. So just if you just want the top and you want to put it with say for instance if you wanted to do this tan
Mm-hmm.
two-piece suit, if
Mm-hmm.
or if you wanted the top but you thought that maybe having the skirt was too much, you
Mm-hmm.
can always put it with a basic black, you could put it
Mm.
with the brown, you could put it with the white, and the
Yeah.
same thing with the red with the that's actually more like a maroon or burgundy
Mm-hmm.
over here. And you can break it up.
Yeah, I love that. I love that,
Thank
especially for people that's trying to maybe they want to represent their heritage but they just want to do a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
And some people just because it really speaks to you when you're able to feel yourself, like wearing our hair, our crown, and then being able and to be able to wear things that represent who we are, and you're
Mhm.
able to explain what this jewelry means, what these symbols mean, and just like your name, your husband's name is what, of God, you know,
Kofi
like
Mawanyega. I'm gonna have to look because
yeah,
you know what? I have it in my notes. Why am I
yeah, but
guessing?
but your name is rich woman. I mean, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
And
like,
so it doesn't necessarily mean rich as in
no,
material wealth, but family, friends,
yeah.
community,
That's right.
rich.
Rich of love, right?
Yes.
Substance things. You're right. Exactly. And so what I was about to say is like, because we have been taken away from our ancestry, you know,
Mm.
and we've been given European names or our slave owner, colonizers names, then,
Yes.
we've been, we've been taken away from our heritage and the meaning of having pride. And when you strip somebody of their pride and their self-worth,
Mm.
you can have them do anything. That's why we were in this mess. But going back, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy. I need to
Oh,
book a ticket. I mean, because it's good to be able to. We always just stay, go to the Caribbean or go someplace, whatever. Go to,
yeah.
you can go to Africa. And I mean, obviously it's affordable. You probably got to save on it and stuff. When's the best time to go? I think February.
Actually, I heard October was. Don't go in December because everybody goes in December and it gets expensive. And so the
Mhm.
younger people are going in December because they want to party. So
Got.
December for they have something called Detty, December Detty.
Mm-hmm.
Um that people there's like a lot of parties, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's supposed to be lit. I've never gone.
Uh-huh.
But the younger crowd that's going to Lagos in Nigeria
Mm.
and they come to Accra, they come during December and they have a ball. I've seen the pictures.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Um, that's not my scene.
Right, right. It
Um,
sounds like a big
but
spring break, like they throwing down. Yeah.
that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it looks like. I'm trying to find.
Good. And girl, I know you had some good food, honey.
Oh my god! And even being vegan, um, I found because everything is fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So fruit, they have a pineapple in Ghana that is so sweet. It almost tastes like sugar. It's
Dang.
that sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, and it's white in color.
Mm,
I've never tasted a pineapple that sweet. Even the Hawaiian pineapples are not
mm,
this sweet.
mm.
And they grow on the side of the road, they grow in the
Yeah.
bush, and
Girl, you
but
grab
yeah,
your
so
pineapple. I know you brought me some honey, molasses honey.
that was honey. That wasn't even
That.
molasses, that was honey. That was straight raw honey, and we got it from when we went to oh my goodness, it was the place where we did a canopy walk,
Mm-hmm.
in Ghana,
Mm-hmm.
and, the beekeepers were
Mm-hmm.
selling it, and
Mm.
so we bought, 2 or 2 or 3 containers of it. It's all gone now, so I gotta get me
Girl,
some more,
girl,
but
mine was gone. I was
I
sitting
was
my container doing like this.
'cause it was so good. Wasn't that was some good honey.
Girl, it was good. And you didn't need a lot. And I would use it in my
Yep,
tea. And you didn't need a lot of it.
yep.
That's when you got some good stuff.
So, but, the Mawanyega means God is great.
God is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's Kofi Mawanyega,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and, it was such a blessing,
Mm-hmm.
um, to have that experience. It really
Mm-hmm.
was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so um, we got the honey when we
Mm-hmm.
went to the Cancun National Forest,
Mm.
Kukum, Cancun National Forest. They
Mhm.
had some hives out there, and we were able to get the honey, and it is thick.
Yeah.
You only need a little bit, like Kat said, but I
Mhm.
had such a wonderful time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. I can't wait to put that on our calendar as a family to go.
yeah.
So we definitely are looking into that as a family to take a trip over there. And we'll be talking to you to get some tips and some things to do, some things that you learned from, and how many empty suitcases you was able to bring back.
So, oh, you mean how many empty that I took?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, right. How many you took and you feel to come back?
So Delta allowed us each to have 3 suitcases.
Wow.
So I had about 2 filled with clothes,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe one was filled with clothes, and then we also took supplies for the
Your
school in Cape
mission.
Coast and the school in for the other school. And
Mm-hmm.
so because of that, we took um school supplies for them, we took games, toys. So we weren't just coming to just look them in the face. We were
Right.
bringing things that they could use. And so it was really it was really impressed upon my heart to see what
Mm-hmm.
I can do. I don't have a lot,
Yeah.
but what can I do? And so out of that came Akosua Hosi. So we are working with small businesses, like I said, and this is helping the Ghana economy because women primarily are being employed in the companies that we work with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the jewelry that's being made there is all small craftsmen. And then that person also employs other people to like do the beadwork, to do,
Mm-hmm.
to sew the leather onto, like he gets his leather. So the
Mm-hmm.
bags and the jewelry, that is a male person. But
Mm-hmm.
he employs other people that he gets like the leather from.
Mm-hmm.
That he goes and he gets the material. And so we're talking as he's at the market buying material for like
Mm-hmm.
those pyramid bags that I showed you. So like
Uh-huh.
I picked out that material
Get out of here.
for the bags. And so all of my designs, I
Uh-huh.
picked out the material. I gave them my designs. We worked together. We tweaked
Mm-hmm.
some things that, I had a vision and
Mm-hmm.
sent them some designs. And then they would go to the market, and literally I'm on WhatsApp while they're in the market, and I'm like, I like that one. Pull this one out. Let me see that. Let me
All right,
see.
right, right. So, girl, I'm just so excited. Like, you know, I'm just amazed at me. Like, I don't know how anybody else feels, but it just seems like it's such a gargantuan type of project to take on to just start a clothing line. And here it is. You went to Ghana on a missionary trip and you came back with God saying to you, this is going to be how you contribute to the world. And
Yeah.
you did it. Like, you did it in the span of like, I mean, how many weeks, months? Was it a
So
year?
we went in
Or,
October, so it wasn't a missionary trip. This was not a
well,
missionary trip. This was a pilgrimage.
okay.
So
Yes.
this was a pilgrimage
Thank you
for us.
for correcting me. Thank you.
Yes, and
Mm-hmm.
while we were there,
Mm-hmm.
we brought things to
Mm-hmm.
Ghana
Mm-hmm.
so that we can bless some others. But because missionary has some different connotations,
Okay.
because
Okay.
Africans say that when the missionaries came, they had the land, and the missionaries had the Bible. That when the missionaries left, they had the land, and Africans
Yeah.
had the Bible.
Right.
So it
That's
was
why I said.
not, yeah, it was nothing religious related.
Mm-hmm.
But I did feel connected,
Mm-hmm.
and in looking at my mother's ancestry,
Mm.
um, she is part of the
Mm-hmm.
Akuapem people who are further up north. And I actually connected, the person lives in the US now, with
Mm-hmm.
someone who she is like an eighth cousin to. And
Stop.
they're directly from Ghana.
Stop it.
And so they told me, they're like, uh, we connected on ancestry.com, they said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the the line that you're connected to is the Akuapem people in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
They're up north, and so he gave me some information. We chatted for a little bit, and so now this part I'm going to do my own research. So when we went in October, I wasn't we our group didn't go that far north.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a festival every October that's a week-long festival. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I would be going back in October for that festival, but God led me to go back a little bit sooner. So I'll be
Mm-hmm.
going back before October. I won't make that festival. But
Right.
my plan is to do that festival in 26,
Mm.
because it's a heritage festival and I want to learn about the Ethiopian people because that's my mother's line. Yeah,
Yes. Look at
yeah,
that. And
yeah.
so, are you able to talk to the person who's the cousin?
So he has not logged into Ancestry for quite some time.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
was several years ago, and when I first got my mom tested, because I got both of my parents tested. So when
Mm-hmm.
I first got them tested, there was this fellow who was doing research on he is, I think he's Haitian, but he was doing research on black folks in the diaspora
Mm-hmm.
who had high percentages of African, um, who had of West African heritage.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad, when he was first tested, his DNA came up 100%
Dang.
West African. A hun Actually, he had some South African, and my father has one of those he's one of those people who has the genes of the first original inhabitants, the hunter-gatherers.
Get out of here.
Yeah, 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 seriously. So, yeah, he is from that
Line.
line.
Mm-hmm.
And he has and so now that they've redone the admixture, he has some ancestry from Madagascar, like Mali,
Dang.
but like yeah, that hunter gatherer uh that were from the southern part of Africa. So not all of us are West African. Some
Right.
of us actually have like South African heritage. So my dad is one of those people. So
Get out of here.
I said all that to say that this person was doing this database of Africans who had, so he got Africans from the continent to
Mm-hmm.
test.
Mm-hmm.
And he connected with the Black Americans, Jamaicans, and throughout the diaspora who had been tested, and he asked for permission to go through the DNA, and
Mm-hmm.
so he was making these connections, and so my mom is one of the people who connected, and my dad has connected to someone too. I forgot what country. I think it might
Mm-hmm.
have been Mali.
Mm.
He had a connection with, but my mom's connection is that we were able to find is in Ghana.
Mm. Girl, that's
So
amazing. You make me want to, prick my finger because I can't. I don't have my parents, but
okay.
that would, they still could find through me, right? So I
Yeah,
look back.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Absolutely.
and see, because I wouldn't know what would they be able to say like what side?
Yes, they can tell because like when on my mom and my dad's DNA, because I haven't been tested, I had them tested. So
Mm-hmm.
on my mom and my dad's DNA, they can tell which they call it parent one and parent two. And
Mm-hmm.
so because I know like other cousins or whatever who have been tested, I was able to differentiate
You're
differentiate
right. Oh,
who
differentiate.
was parent one and who was parent two for both of them.
Get
So
out.
I knew some of the people on my mom's mother's line
Mm-hmm.
that had been tested. So I knew that that had to be like her mother's side, and that person had to be like their father's side.
So if no one's in the system, then I probably won't find anybody. Somebody has to be
Um,
in the system.
well, so you'll somebody's gonna somebody
We need to do a show on the ancestry because I know some of my hesitation is, and I do have
having
some.
your DNA.
Hmm. So I do want to know because, like I said, I lost my parents early, and just I would just love to learn my history and where I come
Hmm.
from, where our lineage lies, and I think it's always good to even know just like for health reasons. you
That's
know.
true too.
So
That
that's really, really important. So, but I'm so glad that you went to Ghana. I'm so glad that you have your book with son number two, and now you have
yeah.
this clothing line, and it's just inspirational. And I hope that this show lets people know that you can do anything. You know, you
Here
put
I
your
am. Yeah. I'm having a third, fourth act at 55 years of old, 55
right.
years of age.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like God is still just working it out. And that's just so good. Like you just pray on it and you do what's in your heart and just be in the will of God, and God will open doors for you and show you the path to go to. So I'm so proud to be, your friend to see this, because
Oh,
when you real with people, when you are one securing God and then securing yourself, then you know that you want to be around people that's successful and doing things not like it's a self thing, but it's because you support them.
mhm.
You want to, when they're happy, you're happy. And if you ever around somebody that ain't happy when
Who
you
looking at you sideways? Yeah.
happy, when you tell them, girl, I'm looking to do this business, and girl, you don't need to do that business, or dude, you don't
Or
need to be
I wouldn't do that if I was you. The economy, that this is good.
right. Or girl, you going to Ghana? You don't need to get on them planes. You know what they do in them planes, girl. Bye. You don't leave me alone. I can drive my car on, whatever street I-10 and get hit. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
feel like, so. The message: follow your dreams, stay in
Yes.
the will of God, and when people who do not value your worth, you need to let them go. Cause
That's
honey,
the word right there.
I support my friend. I'm so glad, honey, because I get to be a model. Maybe y'all, I could be on one of her videos. She the only model on the screen. Look, can we get some
I
more
still
people?
listen. I
Can
still got stuff coming in because
All right.
because I asked you,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
still got stuff coming in. I
Look,
just I, I wanted to get this up because I need this to be on the website for when
yeah.
we vend.
I'm
Uh,
playing, girl.
yeah,
I'm
you know the story. You know the
I know you
story.
got. I know. I'm just playing. I just want the people to know we gonna get some more
Oh,
models.
she's gonna be my model.
Yeah.
I still want to do a fashion show. I just got to figure out what the logistics can be.
My
You know,
lifetime dream. I always wanted to be a model,
really.
girl. Yeah. So I'm
All right,
it.
we can have this conversation offline because
All right, y'all. So, all right,
yeah,
y'all. So, make sure y'all go to the website. Make sure y'all show up on Saturday at Grand Park, 11 o'clock. Go to Atlanta Festival, Atlanta Vegan Festival, ATL Vegan Festival. Make sure y'all go to Eventbrite, sign up because they want to get a head count, so we'll know how many people coming. And come out and have a great time, and check out Karen and her booth so you can see all of her great stuff. And we would love,
Akosua Hosi.
hey,
You,
that's
you,
right.
my husband is my marketing guy, so trust me, you'll know that we are there.
I know, right?
You will know that we are there. That's all I'm saying.
He don't play. You will not miss it. You will not miss it.
You will know that we are there. Our logo is the shape of Africa and has a Akosua Hosi on it. It's black and white. You ain't gonna miss us.
You ain't gonna
That's
miss
all I'm saying. I'm not gonna give nothing else away. You will not miss us.
it. Okay.
And with that, I want to thank you for joining us on this episode of Conversations with Karen and Kat.
Well, we are impacting the world one conversation at a time.